Emma never liked going viral. Zoe did. That's why it was Zoe's idea to host the Midnight Scream Marathon, a horror live stream. One night, one house, one camera. No cuts, Zoe had said. Authentic fear sells. Emma stood in the doorway of Zoe's house, staring at the ring light glowing in the living room. "You sure about this?" Emma asked. Zoe grinned. "It's just horror movies." The stream had already started. 10,842 viewers. And climbing. The house was old but modernized, renovated floors, fresh paint, but the bones still creaked. It had belonged to Zoe's aunt before she moved to Arizona. The chat flew by too fast to read. Ghost, turn off the lights. Kitchen knife say Bloody Mary. Telephone receiver answer unknown numbers on speaker. Zoe adjusted the camera. "Welcome back, Scream Squad," she laughed. "Tonight we survive horror movies without screaming. Loser buys coffee for a year." Emma forced a smile. The first movie started playing on the TV behind them. A classic slasher. Dark house. Silent phone. Knife in the kitchen. The irony wasn't lost on her. 15 minutes in, a comment appeared. It didn't scroll. It didn't move. It just stayed pinned at the top. "You're next." Emma blinked. "Did you pin that?" she asked. Zoe shook her head. The username was strange. At closer than you think. The viewers reacted immediately. Face with tears of joy, good one. Fire, best troll ever. Eyes method acting? Zoe laughed nervously. "All right, whoever you are, we see you." The comment stayed. Didn't fade. Didn't disappear. Emma's phone buzzed. Unknown number. She ignored it. It buzzed again. Zoe's phone buzzed too. They looked at each other. "Spam," Zoe said. They both declined. The house lights flickered. Once. Just once. The chat exploded. "High voltage scripted? High voltage, this is insane production value. High voltage, is this real?" Emma's heart started racing. "This isn't funny," she whispered. Zoe forced a grin for the camera. "We didn't plan that." Her voice cracked slightly. Then the phone rang. Not their cell phones. The house phone. A landline. Emma stared at it across the room. "I didn't even know you had one." Zoe swallowed. "I don't." It rang again. Loud. Sharp. Cutting through the live stream audio. The viewer count jumped to 18,000. Zoe walked slowly toward it. "Don't," Emma said. But Zoe picked it up. "Hello." Silence. Then breathing. Slow. Measured. Zoe's smile faded. "Very funny." A voice came through. Distorted. Low. Playful. "Do you like scary movies?" Emma's stomach dropped. The chat went insane. Zoe's fingers tightened around the receiver. "Who is this?" she demanded. The distorted voice didn't answer immediately. Instead, it chuckled. "Low. Patient. You're live," it said. "So am I." The line went dead. Zoe slowly lowered the phone. Emma's eyes darted to the camera. The viewer count had jumped again. 23,491 watching. The chat was no longer jokes. It was chaos. "Warning, this isn't scripted." "Warning, we heard that." "Warning, call the police." "Warning, check your back door." Zoe forced a laugh, but it sounded hollow. "Okay. Whoever's messing with us, congrats. You win." Emma didn't laugh. She was staring at the chat. A new message appeared from at closer than you think. "Check your Instagram DMs." Emma's phone vibrated. Her hands trembled as she opened the app. One new message. No profile picture. No followers. Just a video file. Sent 1 minute ago. Emma hesitated. The viewers spammed. "Play button, play it." "Play button, show US." "Play button, don't open it alone." Zoe leaned in. "Open it on stream." Emma tapped. The video loaded. It was grainy. Shaky. Night vision. A camera pointed at the front of Zoe's house. Timestamp, live. The video angle slowly zoomed toward the window. toward them. Emma's throat tightened. This was taken just now. Zoe shook her head. No. The video shifted. The camera circled the house and stopped at the back door. The handle jiggled. On the video, not in real life. Yet, the chat lost its mind. Police car light, call 911. Police car light, this is real. Police car light, we can see the street sign. Police car light, you're not safe. Emma dropped the phone. The house went quiet. Too quiet. Then, the back door handle rattled. In real life, Zoe screamed. The viewers exploded past 30,000. The stream lagged under the pressure. The handle stopped moving. Silence. Then another comment from at closer than you think. You have 3 minutes. Zoe backed away from the door. 3 minutes for what? Emma whispered. The answer came in the chat. Not from the killer. From the audience. A poll appeared. Not created by Zoe. Not created by Emma. Just there. Who should check the basement? Radio button Emma. Radio button Zoe. The votes started pouring in instantly. Emma stared at the screen. This isn't possible. Zoe tried to end the stream. The button wouldn't respond. The cursor froze. The stream continued. Viewer count, 41,802. The poll timer ticked down. 212. 211. 210. Emma's breathing became shallow. They're playing with us, Zoe said. The distorted voice suddenly echoed through the house speakers. Not the phone. Not the TV. The Bluetooth speaker on the shelf. You wanted engagement, it said softly. You got it. The poll ended. Winner. Emma, 78%. The chat erupted. Emma felt sick. I'm not going down there. The back door handle rattled again. Harder. Violent. A loud bang hit the wood. The voice returned. If she doesn't go, I come in. The viewers started typing. Backhand index pointing right, go. Backhand index pointing right will stay with you. Backhand index pointing right, it's probably empty. Backhand index pointing right, don't let him in. Emma realized something horrifying. They weren't just watching. They were participating. And they liked it. Zoe grabbed her arm. We have to stall. Emma swallowed. The basement door was at the end of the hallway. Dark. Unlit. She stepped toward it. The chat spammed encouragement and fear. Hearts. Knives. Screaming emojis. Emma opened the basement door slowly. Cold air drifted up. The light switch didn't work. Go down, the speaker whispered. Emma looked back at the camera. 40,000 people watching her decide. And for a brief second, she wondered if the killer needed the audience, or if the audience was the killer. She took the first step down. The basement stairs creaked under her weight. The chat went silent. No messages. No emojis. Just the viewer count climbing higher. And at the bottom of the stairs, she saw something glowing. A phone. Propped up. Filming her. Already live. Emma's breath caught in her throat. The basement smelled like dust and old wood. Damp. Forgotten. At the bottom of the stairs, the phone screen glowed in the dark like an eye. It was streaming. She could see herself on it. Delayed by half a second. Walking down the stairs. Alone. Zoe, she whispered. No answer from upstairs. Only the faint hum of the live stream equipment in the living room. Emma reached the bottom step. The chat on the basement phone was moving fast. Faster than upstairs. Viewer count, 52,903. The title of the stream on that phone read, Final Girl Challenge. Her stomach twisted. I didn't start this, she whispered. The distorted voice echoed again, but this time, it came from the basement phone speaker. You didn't, it said calmly. They did. The chat reacted instantly. Fire, this is insane. Fire, best stream ever. Fire, is this RG? Fire, this has to be staged. Then a new poll appeared on the basement phone. Should she turn around? Radio button, yes. Radio button no. Emma's pulse slammed in her ears. Zoe, she shouted louder. Footsteps moved upstairs. Fast. Heavy. Running. Not toward her. Away from her. The basement door upstairs slammed shut. Emma spun around toward the staircase. Darkness swallowed it. The light from above was gone. She was sealed inside. The pole timer ticked down. Yes, 63%. No, 37%. Emma slowly turned her head. Behind her, deeper in the basement, a shape moved. Tall. Still. Wearing black. A long, pale mask catching the dim light. Not exactly Ghostface, but close enough. Her breath stopped. The chat exploded again. Face screaming in fear, he's right there. Face screaming in fear, don't move. Face screaming in fear, run. The poll ended. Yes, 71%. Turn around, the voice whispered. She was already facing him. The figure tilted its head, mocking, studying her. Emma backed up slowly. Her heel hit something metal. A shelf. It crashed loudly to the ground. The masked figure didn't rush her. It stepped sideways instead, blocking the staircase completely, trapping her. The basement phone vibrated with another notification. A private message from at Closer Than You Think. She opened it. A photo. Zoe. Upstairs. Tied to a chair. Mouth covered. Eyes wide. The timestamp read, live. Emma felt her body go cold. You heard her and I swear, she started. You swear what? The voice interrupted, amused. The masked figure slowly pulled out a knife. The blade gleamed faintly. The audience count past 70,000. The chat became divided. Some begging her to fight. Some telling her to hide. Some sending laughing emojis. And then, a new poll. Who survives tonight? Radio button Emma. Radio button Zoe. Emma's mind shattered. They're choosing, she whispered. The votes flooded and instantly. She realized something horrifying. The killer wasn't just performing for them. He was obeying them. The masked figure raised the knife slightly, waiting, watching the results. Emma's name climbed higher, then Zoe's, back and forth, like a game show scoreboard. The final seconds ticked down. The figure took one slow step closer. Emma's back hit the cold concrete wall. The poll ended. Winner. Emma, 54%. The chat erupted in celebration emojis, confetti gifs, applause. The masked figure paused, lowered the knife, tilted its head, then slowly stepped aside from the staircase, letting her pass. Emma didn't hesitate. She ran up the stairs, burst through the basement door. The living room lights were still on, the camera still streaming, but Zoe was gone. Only her phone lay on the floor, still recording. A new message popped up on Emma's screen. Round 2. And somewhere in the house, a door creaked open. Zoe! Emma screamed, spinning in the living room. The camera was still mounted on the tripod, still streaming. Viewer count, 89,112. The chat was manic. Performing arts, this is legendary. Drop of blood, where is Zoe? Kitchen knife, round 2. Emma grabbed Zoe's fallen phone. The live stream from the basement was still active, but now it showed something different. Not the basement. Not her. The feed had switched. It was showing the upstairs hallway. A door at the end. Closed. The voice returned through the speaker system. You understand the rules now. Emma's chest rose and fell sharply. There were no rules. There are always rules, it replied calmly. You just don't read the fine print. The chat slowed. For the first time since it began, people weren't spamming emojis. They were watching, listening. The phone in Emma's hand vibrated again. Another message from at Closer Than You Think. Final round. Then a new poll appeared on both streams simultaneously. Unmask him. Radio button yes. Radio button no. Emma's stomach dropped. Him, she whispered. Upstairs. A muffled thud. Emma ran toward the staircase. The camera in the living room followed her automatically. It turned. By itself. Tracking her movement. Viewer count passed 100,000. She climbed the stairs 2 at a time. The hallway felt longer than before. Darker. The door at the end stood slightly open now. A thin sliver of light leaking out. The poll ticked down. Yes, 92%. The chat was united. They wanted the face. They wanted the reveal. Emma reached the door. Pushed it open. Zoe sat tied to a chair in the center of the room. Alive. Crying. Behind her stood the masked figure. Knife pressed gently against Zoe's shoulder. The blade didn't pierce skin. Yet, Emma stepped inside slowly. Let her go. The figure tilted its head again. Then something strange happened. The masked person raised their free hand and waved. Not at Emma. At the camera. The voice came from inside the mask this time. Clearer. Less distorted. You've all been wonderful. The chat erupted. Face creaming in fear, he's talking to us. Face creaming in fear, take the mask off. The poll ended. Yes, 96%. Unmask him. The voice echoed from thousands of comments. The masked figure sighed dramatically. Well, if the audience insists. Slowly, carefully, they lifted the mask. Emma's heart stopped. It wasn't a stranger. It wasn't some obsessed fan. It was Zoe. Emma's vision blurred. What? She whispered. The Zoe tied to the chair began laughing. Low. Controlled. The sound was wrong. The Zoe holding the mask stepped forward, and the one in the chair pulled free from the ropes easily. They weren't tied. They had never been tied. The two Zoes stood side by side. Identical. Smiling. Emma staggered backward. This isn't real. The live stream camera zoomed in automatically. Viewer count, 128,450. The chat had gone wild. Some screaming fake. Some screaming genius. Some screaming run. The Zoe holding the mask spoke softly. You wanted to go viral, Emma. The other Zoe added. You said you'd do anything. Emma shook her head violently. We planned a marathon. Not this. Both Zoes stepped closer. Plans change. The chat suddenly slowed. A system notification appeared on the stream. Top donor at Closer Than You Think, $50,000. A pinned message followed. Let her choose now. A final poll appeared. No timer. No countdown. Just 2 options. Who is real from the start? Radio button Emma. Radio button Zoe. Emma's heart pounded so hard she thought she'd faint. What does that mean? She whispered. The Zoes smiled in perfect sync. The one with the knife handed it to the other. Tell them, they said together. Emma felt the world tilt. Memories flashed in her mind. The planning. The idea to stage something bigger than a marathon. The talk about interactive horror. The contract she skimmed without reading fully. The sponsor email. The mysterious production company. At Closer Than You Think. Her breath stopped. She looked at the camera. At the 130,000 people watching. And suddenly she understood. The audience wasn't watching a prank. They were watching a casting call. The final girl isn't chosen by survival. She's chosen by ratings. The poll numbers began rising. Zoe, 61%. Emma, 39%. The Zoes watched the votes climb. Emma felt something shift inside her. If they wanted a final girl, she would give them one. Her eyes moved subtly. The knife. The lamp beside the desk. The open window behind them. The livestream audience thought they were choosing the story. But they weren't controlling her. Not yet. The votes kept climbing. Zoe, 72%. The Zoes smiled wider. Emma exhaled slowly. And for the first time that night, she smiled back. Zoe, 78%. Emma, 22%. The numbers glowed on the screen like a death sentence. Both Zoes stood in front of her, smiling in sync. One twirled the knife lazily between her fingers. "Looks like the audience made their choice," Knife Zoe said softly. Emma's pulse steadied. That was the strange part. It steadied. "You said the final girl is chosen by ratings," Emma said quietly. "Not survival." Both Zoes tilted their heads. "Correct." Emma's eyes flicked toward the live stream camera, toward the glowing red dot. "Live. Always live." "You forgot one thing," she whispered. "And what's that?" Chair Zoe asked. Emma lunged. Not at them. At the lamp beside the desk. She ripped the cord from the wall and hurled the heavy base straight at the mounted camera. The screen shattered. The ring light crashed. The room plunged into darkness. The live stream cut, but only for half a second. Because the basement phone, the hallway security cam, the outdoor camera, they all switched feeds automatically. The viewers were still watching. The Zoes laughed. "You think breaking one camera stops production?" Knife Zoe said. Emma backed toward the window. "Production?" she asked. Chair Zoe smiled. "You signed it, Emma." A memory slammed into her mind. An email months ago. Interactive horror experience. Audience-driven narrative. Real fear reactions. She'd thought it was scripted. Special effects. Stunt doubles. Actors. "You said it would be fake," Emma whispered. "It is fake," Knife Zoe replied. She sliced her own arm lightly. Blood flowed. Too real. But the reactions aren't. The chat kept scrolling. Face creaming in fear, she broke the camera. "Fire, this is next level. Moneybag, take my money." A notification pinged across the stream overlays. Trending #1 nationwide. Viewer count, 203,774. Emma felt sick. "You sold me," she realized. Chair Zoe's smile faltered slightly. "No," she corrected. "We sold the idea of you." The final poll updated again. Zoe, 81%. Emma, 19%. Knife Zoe stepped closer. "If you die on stream," she said softly, "you'll be unforgettable." Emma's back hit the window. Cold glass. Second floor. Below, darkness. Forest. Silence. The chat suddenly slowed. A new pinned message appeared. Not from @closer-than-you-think. From an anonymous system account. Engagement drop detected. Escalate. Knife Zoe raised the blade. Chair Zoe grabbed Emma's wrist. "Give them a finale," they whispered together. And in that moment, Emma understood everything. This wasn't about killing her. It was about the performance of it. The suspense. The chase. The cliffhanger. If she died now, the stream would peak, then fade. But if she refused the ending, the story would break. Emma looked directly into the nearest camera lens and smiled. "Hi," she said calmly to 200,000 strangers. The Zoes hesitated. "Here's the twist," Emma continued. "You don't get to choose anymore." And she jumped. Glass exploded outward. Her body disappeared into darkness. The chat exploded. Face screaming in fear, "No way." Face screaming in fear, "Did she die?" Face screaming in fear, replay. The cameras scrambled. Outdoor cam switched on. Night vision flickered. The yard below. Empty.